Hello folks, good morning and welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to talk about why Uber took almost 8 years to allow riders to tip their drivers through the Uber rider app. So when Uber launched in year 2009, they had a direct competition from the taxi industry. Uber was aware of the challenges and the bad experience that people get in driving or riding a taxi. So Uber differentiated by offering an enhanced experience and also a low-cost strategy in the form of cheaper fares. So they launched by saying it's cashless and tipless, but just give us a good rating and a review and that's enough. But keep in mind the definition of a tip. From a rider perspective, it is a token of appreciation for the driver for giving good service and providing an enhanced experience. Also, riders know that the drivers don't make a lot of money, so they think of giving them an additional fare in the form of a tip. But economically or in business terms, I would define tip as additional purchasing power of a rider. So eventually, when Uber expanded and they started generating a good driver and rider base, they also realized that yes, users or riders are responding to their fares and they do have a higher purchasing power than what they currently offer to the Uber drivers. Now, Uber decided to acquire this additional purchasing power of a rider, which is nothing but the tip portion of the fare. Because they observed that Uber riders were tipping in cash even though they could not tip through the Uber rider app. This way, Uber was able to further monetize their user base. Lyft launched its rideshare business in 2012, and as everyone knows, Lyft always accepted tips from day one because they wanted to differentiate and recruit more drivers. Even though Lyft launched in 2012 with a tipping feature, Uber did not add a tipping feature in the Uber rider app because they observed that the Uber riders were responding to the increasing fare, which means Uber was successfully acquiring the additional purchasing power of an Uber rider. Eventually, in 2017, when Uber experienced a lot of frustration from its Uber drivers, saying that we are not making enough money and we don't get tips, and Lyft drivers are making good money in tips. So finally, Uber introduced tipping feature in the Uber rider app to increase the revenues and enhance the driver experience so that they could continue expanding in the US and other global markets. Uber was able to acquire the additional purchasing power of a Uber rider, but it had consequences. Uber riders did respond to the increasing fares, but also concluded that now the Uber drivers will be making more money than before. I did an analysis of my Uber versus my Lyft earnings, and I observed that I had secured more tips from my Lyft rides than my Uber rides. And the difference was huge. So I would like to speak to a product manager from Uber or Lyft and work together and increase the tips for Uber and Lyft drivers without any change in the current fare share formula, and also an enhanced ride experience for both Uber and Lyft riders. Thank you.